Check this out. The first dewberries are ripening now. That one's almost ripe, and that one's getting there. Well, there's our maypop coming back up. The one we got those few little fruits on last season. Looking some more of my potash alternative as well. Got some jujube and a variety of other sticks and stuff from burning there. Got some good growth finally on this Mexican Tithonia that died down. It's probably 18 inches, 20 inches. I tried to think about what the focus should be today, but I think it's just general gardening, looking at a few things. Got some elderberries here that were kind of overgrown, so just chop and drop or whatever. Looks like we got some new growth on this Sugar Bell Tangelo we planted not too long ago. Some more flowers on this unknown pear tree that never gets pollinated. Red navel here is really starting to get a lot of flowers in certain areas. I've been sort of wanting or thinking about doing a mystery bed, like a really nice one, probably sort of in the size range of raised bed number 1, in the vein of our raised aged wood chip alternative beds. And I kind of have an idea of what I want to put there, although there's no guarantee, so I'm not even going to mention it. So maybe soon you'll see me start to work on another raised bed, a mystery bed. These white mulberries are growing fast. Won't be hardly any time before they start ripening. So let's talk briefly about why mulching are considered to be beneficial. And maybe if we think of mulching as a light version of doing these mycorrhizal raised beds, we can see that it's not just water retention, weed preventative, and like slowly releasing of nutrients into the soil and roots that is making plants happy. So yes, just by putting mulch down, whether it's a 1, 2, 3 inch layer around a plant, you're going to eventually attract, harbor, and potentially grow fungi. So why wouldn't we get some level of protection by doing that when you get a much larger level potentially of protection when you amplify that by like 4 or 5 or more? So maybe, just maybe, you did not know you were raising a light version of a mycorrhizal bed when you were mulching your plants. Look how happy the comfrey's looking again. I just wish I could keep it happy all the time, but it goes back and forth between happy and sad. And I talked to some other people that grow it around here, and they said it does the same thing for them. I guess that's why it's not really recommended for chop and drop here, because it just can't, it's not as vigorous all the time as it should be to produce enough material to chop and drop versus doing the perennial Mexican Tithonia. Got some of my white sweet grapefruit seedlings coming up here, and I can only assume it's Duncan, because marsh whites are what we have, and the parent plant fruit or whatever is a lot better on these than the marsh whites that we have. But it could be one of the other commercial cultivars that you just can't really get in a nursery. I think there are a few white versions. Hey, I found an old kombucha tea here. We're gonna put it on the stink order logs. Hopefully that'll make it happy, right? So I think we're gonna start a few tomato seedlings in a pot or two like this. This is an old strawberry container, and they have holes in the bottom so it won't get oversaturated, I guess. It'll drain out the bottom. So we have Cherokee Purple here. Looks like you get about 15 to 18 seeds for a 50-cent pack here, cheap pack. I guess we're only gonna need one of these guys for these seeds here. So just put the package there so we'll know what they are when they start coming up. Swiss chard. Again, this is a cheap pack. What is there, like 15 or so in here? We'll see. There are the Swiss chard seeds. Again, just put the package right there on the edge, push it in the dirt some, and that should last at least until we see some sprouts, if they sprout. All right, Sugar Baby watermelons. I think there's about 10 seeds in there. Hearts of Gold cantaloupe. Now, I don't have any of the big ones now, so maybe I just need to spread this to 2. Let's see how many seeds there are. Charlie Chuckles is here in the garden today, right, Charlie?
Uh-huh.
You trying to plant some cantaloupe seeds. Spread them apart a little bit. Let's see if we can get a good view here. And there we go. All right, Charlie, see if you can find the dewberry over here.
Okay. I
I think I see one right there. Look at there.
Oh, can you pick one for that one for me?
You want to try it?
Yeah.
All right. Put it in your mouth. Good? Is it sour? No?
This one's sweet.
Wow. So how about we put in some yellow Cherokee wax beans, a bush bean type, in one of these raised beds. So we're just going to kind of spread them out over here. And instead of trying to put them in different places and not having labels, we'll just kind of put each pack in its own kind of spot here. And there here in raised bed 1, we're going to just do the same thing. I'm going to put some bush beans, Blue Lake 274, right? Maybe right here, this whole pack. And we're going to lay down a little layer of dirt first. And there are some stinging nettles there, which is bad. And then just put them on top and then put another layer of dirt. I'm already broken in this pack. This is 4 for $1, so that was 25 cents worth. Just spread them around. Pack them with dirt a little bit again. I think some fell in a little crevice there. Push it in there and hope not to get stung by those nettles. And there they are. Now we got some Alaska peas. Another layer of dirt down, and here they are. Probably a little bit too close together, but we're kind of using these as nitrogen fixers, so we're not really looking for harvest, but if we get a harvest, it'll be great. And voila. Here's one thing I'm excited to see, what happens with, is carrots, because usually when you have dense, super packed soil, they do not produce well. They don't grow very well or very big. People get little tiny carrots that are like that. So these raised beds are not super dense. They're very airy. Even at, season 2 of our first raised bed, there's a lot of air in the soil. And even though there are hard sticks and stuff in there, which may make them like grow around or make them a little bit misshapen, I mean, technically, they got a lot of room to grow and expand in the soil. So we're going to take our locally made compost here and just find a place somewhere we can spread a nice layer of seeds on. Starlink is here. Woohoo! Let's hope this works and we got a good view of the sky. Anyway, here's some little tiny carrot seeds, and this is probably not even half of a pack, but in this little area, it'd be way too densely planted if these all came up. So let's just put them on. Yeah, it's probably about a 2-foot strip. And now they're nicely covered up. I'm not going to use that label, that package, because I got plenty more seeds left. So I'll try to have to remember what's there. All right, we got another variety of carrots, Scarlet Nance. And we'll put a few seeds of this in a little on raised bed 1 as well. All right, we covered them lightly with soil, and again, we're not using the packet as a label because we have a lot of seeds left. We got a ½ pound of okra. I'm just gonna throw some seeds out here, but I'm also gonna do the same thing, put some soil in a few areas and make sure that at least a little percent of these guys are in direct soil to see, if the ones you just throw out are gonna propagate, or if birds are going to get them, versus just putting them in soil. One, just throw them out. All right, so we ran out of some of that locally made compost, and this is compost and Happy Life cow manure. All right, so I can't see if I'm getting all this on camera. I'm just sprinkling the seeds all over the bed, and then I'm going to maybe push them in a little bit and then cover them like that. A lot of people don't know that okra is actually a hibiscus. It's an annual hibiscus species. So a lot of people you know, a lot of hibiscus species are edible. Leaves, flowers, and everything, or flower buds. Roselle is one of them. Let's pack it down, make sure there are no seeds exposed, and that's it. Let's go ahead and do parsley now. And we put this kind of at the edge of the bed where there was a little crevice there, and I used all the seeds. I put half of them in the bed, and I just threw the other half all around. So let's pack it just slightly and hope for the best. Later on, we might go right in the middle of the bed and dump a lot of compost or potting soil or garden soil and just like fill it full of okra. I'm not sure. Although we're doing this on the raised bed, I'm just considering this a general garden vlog. This is 2 days. This is day 2. Several videos back, it was day 1. Didn't even say that, but yesterday I talked about mulching kind of being a light version of, you know, the mycorrhizal beds. Yes, it aids moisture retention. Yes, as it breaks down, it, you know, provides micro or small amounts of nutrients, I guess, to the soil and roots. But it also promotes fungal growth. You can see it if you lay mulch down in 2 or 3 years. You will see fungal growth, you know, like stink pot mushrooms and stuff just form where that mulch layer was. That's most likely from one type of mulch that you use. Other types of mulch, other types of trees, other leaves, other sticks, branches, you know, haze, grasses, whatever you put in there, weeds will bring different types of fungal growth, different species of fungi to your bed. And if that's so, why don't I have mulch around all my trees and plants? And that would probably be a good question. And my answer would be yes, I probably should do it. I should start moving toward that. And my hands are really dirty from getting in the dirt. That should be a personal goal of mine, to get everything mulched, you know, so that the weeds and the grasses aren't taking the nutrients and stuff from our plants. And I think this is the guitar I've always wanted. We're gonna do probably a video just on this later. Just came in from FedEx.